Welcome, everybody, to this week's KubeVirt community meeting. I hope you're having a lovely day wherever and whenever you are. It is what is the date? The 25th of February, 2026, otherwise known as the KubeVirt version 1.8 code freeze. But before we get into all of that, do we have anyone here that is new this week or would like to take the time to introduce themselves? All right, in which case we'll move on. Schedule. Let's have a look. It's the code freeze. Also, I haven't done it yet, but today I'll be posting a PR to move the GA from the 18th of March to 1 week back to the 25th of March. This is largely just because it will coincide with KubeCon and we can get more attention and PR and stuff if we release at the same time. So that is a thing that will be happening. So 25th of March will be our release date in exactly 4 weeks' time. Oh, I don't have it here, but let's jump over here. Where is it? There is an unconference date now. It's March 10th. Turns out KubeVirt dev mailing list doesn't get the calendar invite, it seems. But if you are a member of KubeVirt dev, hopefully you got a calendar invite. Can I just get someone to confirm or deny that that is a real thing that happened? Did anyone get a a calendar invite to the unconference from KubeVirt Dev?
Yeah, I got one.
Okay,
10th of
yeah,
March.
10th of March, correct. But I will obviously need to put something in the mailing list just so I can link to it, as is my want. So 10th of March, what's that? 2 weeks time? Who knows dates? It is 2 weeks time on a Tuesday. Um, yep. And for those of you who are unfamiliar with that conference, it is our opportunity to put things on a big board. We vote on it. We decide what to discuss, and it can be really anything. It's shaping up like we're going to have a few VEPs to talk about. But in the past, we've talked about why Bazel is a problem, why we should destroy it. We've talked about changes to docs and other kind of like pain points that we experience in the project, but don't otherwise get a chance to talk about. So that's the purpose of it. I'll put something through on the mailing list just to increase a bit of visibility. So code freeze is today. We've seen a lot of exceptions. It seems as though some to most of those exceptions are being accepted exceptions. I wouldn't be surprised if Seek Compute is going to be talking about them in 24 minutes. Does anyone have any questions about code freeze? I wouldn't expect it. So the other thing on the agenda here is that KubeVirt was accepted as a mentoring org for the Google Summer of Code 2026. Hooray. So you will probably see a slight uptick in people asking questions, potentially seeking guidance on the mailing list or the Slack channels and potential PIs as well. So if in your sphere of influence you happen to know of some good first issues that either already exist and just need to be tagged, or something that you have in the back of your mind that could be raised as an issue and be tagged as a good first issue, now is an amazing time to adequately label those issues and create them so that they can get people attention on them in the next 5, 6 weeks, I think. Yeah, okay. There are no questions. The only other thing that we have on the agenda is this from the mailing list. I think it came out today. Just wanted to put a bit of an FYI onto it. A call for participation with regards to cleaning this up. It might surprise almost no one here that this means very little to me. So is hopefully it means something to you. And if not, does someone want to spend 20 seconds just quickly covering it for the lay people like myself?
I think a super short summary is this allows reuse of VMs in the tests, which means we can speed up the lanes a lot for reusing VMs and not creating a new VM for every single test.
Sounds awesome. And the kind of thing that probably everyone should be tripping over their own feet to get involved with.
I could hardly hear Felix. Did you guys hear him?
I could hear him. He does have a slight echo. You can hear me, right?
Would you mind repeating, Felix, please?
I can
think
try. Is it better?
I hear you well.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So again, the idea here is to reuse VMs in tests, which means we don't need to create a new VM for every single test, which will allow to speed up the test lanes. Of course, it comes with a cost, but yeah, this should be then discussed further in a separate meeting, I guess.
So just to raise attention to my comment on this PR, I laid my thoughts there if you want to have a look.
So you're for or against to save us the trouble reading?
So from my perspective, so to give a bit of context, right? We discussed this about a year ago. It was in a PR that had like 150 messages with a lot of people being concerned and a lot of different opinions. Eventually, we compromised that Sigu Network only will be able to use this as a pioneer for this approach, and they basically take it upon themselves to then prove it was a good move and to show us data. And Onsi from Ginkgo even suggested to introduce a decorator, especially for us. We just had to commit to using it, and that we really wanna use it. Since then, I think that pretty much nothing has happened. Then this PR was submitted, and to be honest, I was pretty surprised that it was LGTM without even mentioning the previous conversations and plan that we had, without tagging the concerned people from the previous PR. To me, it was a surprise.
So there was some work that's been done using this decorator. Eddie, about almost a year ago, sent a PR for the past tests, and we managed to save a lot of time. And I think that we proved in Signet work that it's helpful. More than that, we argued that it's not destructive in any way because the tests are not randomized anyway. So I don't understand what reason we have to object to use this. And in parallel, we can make advancements, and we can persuade Onsi to do the work that he suggested that he might be able to do. It's a lot of work for him. It's not just a decorator. He needs to change significant stuff in the framework. But that's probably a longer shot. In the meantime, I don't see why we can't use this functionality that, in my opinion, doesn't harm anything and saves VMs.
So just a minor note about this one. I mean, sure, everybody can have their own opinion, and a lot of different opinions were raised in the original PR. But the concerning part for me is that it was LGTM silently, without making a discussion, without tagging the right people that were concerned about this. Sure, maybe we want to proceed with it, but I think we need to publicly discuss it before we do so.
Ladek, you've got your hand raised.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that let's not spend time on this right now. I mean, we have a code freeze today, and some PRs that some VEPs that will get an extension will need full of our attention. And I think we can schedule a call after the code freeze extension to like fully we'll have enough time to discuss this. Let's just do it a week after today.
As part of the unconference or separate from?
I mean, if this is important, we could have like multiple calls about this. But all I'm asking is to
Not
postpone.
now.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm fine with that. And if there are no objections, that brings us to the end of the agenda. We've hit half time. Does anyone have anything they'd like to throw in at the end before we call it for the day?
Just a minute. Oh, can you hear me?
I can.
Oh, thanks. Could we write down the current estimate for the code freeze duration? In the agenda, it says code freeze today, but it's to extend until which date do we?
Oh, I think he means the exceptions. So code freeze is today,
Yeah.
right? I don't think that's changed, but the people have asked for a 7-day extension. So
Oh, okay.
that's going to consume a lot of reviewer time in those 7 days.
Oh, okay. Do you mind
Is that
if I jot that down next to the agenda and notes so that
Okay,
it's written down? Yeah, that'd be great. Thanks. Code freeze today. Postponed by 7 days. And then extending.
No. So the code freeze is today. It's just
Yeah.
that there is I think 9 different vet authors have requested a 7-day extension to the code freeze, specifically just for those VEPs, and some have not been accepted. So it depends whether or not the VEP has been accepted. Some of them because it seems like they're ready to go. They just have there's been some CI issues that have been blocking their being merged.
Okay. It's just that I have a CI thing that I'd like to do or that I'm supposed to do, and it might make sense to do that after the code freeze is over.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'm just wondering when it's going to end so that I can time my contribution for then. Or I can just add a VEP but have it be following uh for the following release or something, if that makes sense. I can put that note in it.
That might be worth putting out on the mailing list just as an FYI to everyone. And then once we pass once we get to a point in time that we'll be able to say, all right, on this date, we can schedule that in.
Great. That's fabulous. I really appreciate your help in timing this. Okay.
And yeah, you're right. It might be better off after the 1.8 GA,
Yeah.
but we'll let smarter people than me put that on the mailing list.
Okay. I'll let them tell me. I'll say, I've got this thing
Exactly.
I need to do, and when should I do it? It's not real urgent, but it's a
Nice to
little,
have.
real good to have
Real
and a
good to
must
have.
have ultimately. So
All right.
it has to do with test automation for CDI.
Cool.
Yeah. So it's kind of a big thing, but not really. I mean, it's not something that adding it now would only be disruptive. Let's put
Fair
it
enough.
that way.
Does anyone else have anything they'd like to add in before we close out for today? All right. Thank you, everyone, for being here and for everything that you do. Reviewers, best of luck for today and the week to come. And hopefully we'll see you all next week. All right. Be good.
Okay, thanks.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.